Okay, in today's demonstration, I am going to layer some more paint on actually what this was. Last week we were building integrated painted backgrounds, and I don't know how many people got to watch that video since we had Thanksgiving break. This actually, what this is, um, this was not planned. So what it was, here's a new tool that I think might be really fun for people to make in addition to their colored journal. I took canvas paper and I just made my own, their color swatches. No mixtures here, just of all the paints that I have. And so as I was making these, I just wiped my palette knife on this. And today I was looking for a background to paint and I thought, I'm just going to go with this and see what I can find in it. And the color swatches come in because I'm going to need to block out some of the areas. So I can put these up against my painting and decide what colors I might want to use next. Now, before I do that, I think it's good to rotate your canvas and look for, basically what I'm looking for is form, shape, some sort of structure that I see depending on which direction I rotate it. And so this is the one I came up with. I kind of see this could be the mountain, this could be the ocean and the sky. Now it's obviously too busy, so I'm going to need to lay some more paint on and block some areas out. So just so you see that potential mountain a little bit better, I put this file folder right here to block it off. Okay, obviously I kind of want to push that back. Now, another thing that you can look for if you're not really finding shapes or forms is some sort of movement, which we saw in Jung Il Ahns paintings. It was more about a movement versus maybe a specific focal point. So what I saw also, it's going to remain abstract, but sometimes it's very helpful for me to have a bit of an anchor, like some sort of a story or a location. So I grew up in Hawaii, and Mauna Loa is erupting right now. So I started looking at this as like, maybe this is Hawaii, this is the water, this is the volcano. And so that's just a point of connection or reference. So I'm thinking it may go lighter, some sort of lighter blue, and then maybe this manganese wash down in here. So you can take these little swatches and actually put them up on your painting, or if you're standing from a distance, you can look and decide, is that color going to go? And it doesn't have to be naturalistic, even though I'm working on this mountain. So this is sort of what I'm coming up with, although I want to change this blue to a Payne's gray, which I don't have a swatch of yet. So I'm going to start there. And I think I'm going to do some work on the ocean area, and then maybe I'll bring in some fluorescent paint as like abstract lava. So let's just see what happens. That's my idea. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so I'm going to start with the Payne's gray. And another thing you can do, if it's helpful, is actually outline a few things, if that's helpful. So I'm just going to say, here's my mountain over there. Can't really see that. And I'm going to go with the Payne's gray, which has a little bit of a blue cast to it, but looks like black lava. I did hold up black on here and it just seemed too dark. And the paint's a little bit thicker. It has some water. I don't want to completely lose the underpainting, so that's why I added water. Okay, then I thought it might be fun to pull in some smaller pattern, and I have this webbing. I think it was from some floral decoration. So I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't scooch. And then this is the first time I've done this. I'm going to use one of these makeup sponges to apply the paint. And I'm going to go for this light phthalo green, but I'm already, so this to me is kind of looks like maybe the surface of the water. I'm going to put that in, and then I think there's probably going to be this manganese wash over it at some point. Don't know yet. Add a little bit of water to this and then apply this with my sponge. So again, I still want those colors from below showing through, but they're just too dominant right now. Okay, this will be a surprise. Oh, okay. I kind of like that. All right. Now I want to push this back up above, reduce it, and then do something with that shape, which feels a little too static at the moment. Okay, so I was thinking of putting this quinacridone, no, Indian yellow, but it is very transparent, but I'm just going to see what happens. So I can hold these swatches up, but sometimes you kind of just have to make a gut decision too. Okay, so I'm going to hold my brush low and drag. See what that does. I've added a little bit of water. Okay. I'm liking it, but I think there's definitely going to be more. Not so thrilled with this big blob up there. My intuition says to actually use this green again on the dark with maybe some orange and see what I get. So I'm going to try that. Really like this in here. I feel like I could use that. in future projects. Okay, I'm going to go for, I think it's going to be a mixture of fluorescent pink and orange. We'll see. I'm bringing some down in here because that's where the lava, the abstract lava, is entering the water. At least that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm liking that, but I don't want the whole mountain to have this. So now, and ideally I would let this dry or hit it with a blow dryer before layering. But I can't do that right now. So I'm going to see if I can brush over, dry brush over some of this with a flat brush and knock some of that back. And some of it is just going to blend right there on the canvas, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now I'm thinking maybe putting some red on there. Okay, hopefully this is drying up. I'm going to see about adding a little bit of that manganese wash. And then I'm probably at a point where I need to stop and reevaluate. So I'm starting pretty thin with this manganese, and I don't want to put it all over the whole thing. Let me just turn it here so I can. If you don't like something, you can blot it off. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the structure. I really like what's going on down in here. I could see just doing a whole painting with that. And that's often what happens when you're working. You may not like the whole thing, but there might be a part that leads into something else. I could see this leading into something else. Liking working with the stencil. That was really fun. Okay, I think I'm going to end for now. There's much more that I could do, but I think that gives you a good idea of some layering techniques.